Okay, everybody. Welcome to Art Time with Jim Freehart. Today we're going to do something really fun. What I like to do is draw simple shapes and turn them into animals or objects in nature or something, okay? So today we're going to start off with a half circle, like a half of a watermelon or a half of a moon. And I'm going to make it, instead of it going sideways like this, I'm going to make it tipped a little bit. So watch how I do this. And you can do this next. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge with any of these lines. I'm going to come in a little bit and I'm going to make a half, just a big smile, a half circle like that. And then I'm going to go and connect the lines at the top. So I have, just as if I cut a circle right in half. So you could go ahead and do that. And if you draw kind of lightly with your pencil to begin with, then if you make changes, it'll be easy to just go over it with a darker line, right? If you make it super dark in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit harder to make changes. But don't worry, there's really no wrong way to do this. This is just going to be for fun. Okay? So there we started with one shape, right? A half circle. Now we're going to use a triangle. You ready? You ready to see where the triangle is going to go?
Yeah.
Right in the middle of this long line, I'm going to put a dot, and I'm just going to make a little triangle like that. Sitting right on top of that straight line. Okay? Then, right in the middle of this smile line, or the half circle, I'm going to put another dot there, kind of in the middle at the bottom. And then I'm going to make a long triangle that goes all the way like that. It kind of looks like a sailboat or something, doesn't it?
It looks like a shark sailboat.
It does. So that's neat. That's a way you can make a sailboat. And if you wanted to make a sailboat, you could even put another sail way up tall, right? And that would make a sailboat. So what about this? I'm going to put two more little dots here, and this is going to be another triangle.
Why is there so much triangles?
Just because they're easy to make, right? Is it kind of easy to make the triangle? Now remember, this is for fun. There's not a right or a wrong way to do it. But however you do it will be just fine, okay?
It's a bird.
Okay, you ready? You know what the feathers are called that the birds help them to fly? They're called flight feathers or primary feathers. But we'll just call them, they're big feathers, okay? So watch. Oh, there's one more little thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make another little circle like here that doesn't go across the middle part. See, it comes along and it jumps over there.
Oh.
Okay?
I made a mistake. I made it.
It's okay. Doesn't really matter. If it doesn't look exactly like that, it's no problem at all. Because we're going to do a lot of coloring. We're going to shade it in. Okay?
We won't even see it.
You won't even see it. Now, here come the big feathers. I'm going to make this kind of simple. Watch. Here's one. I'm going to make kind of big feathers like this.
Oh, I saw that.
See? Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Big feathers, just like that. And they're even sticking out past the circle, aren't they?
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It looks like,
Now don't color them in yet because there's something else we're going to do, okay? But go ahead and put your feathers, put in some feathers like that. Okay? See, look up here. Okay? Now, what do the birds use to peck into a papaya? Right. So our bird, we're going to pretend that our bird is flying right over us. We're just looked over our head and we saw the underside of the bird as it was soaring over us. So here's what I'm going to do. Now some birds have really long skinny beaks, right? And some of them have stubby little beaks for cracking open hard seeds, like a cardinal, right? Those pretty red birds that we have on Maui.
What about these ones?
So on our bird, watch. I'm just gonna, this is just one way to do it. You can make however long a beak you want, but we're just gonna have it sticking out on the end of that triangle, kind of. Go ahead and put a little beak sticking out there for you.
More space.
If you run out of space, then you better make it just a really short one. All you have to do is put a line across the end of that, and that could be your beak. Did somebody say they ran out of space? Watch. Watch what you can do. Just put a line across your triangle right across there, and there's your beak at the end. You don't even have to have it stick out farther. Now, what if you had, if we were looking at the underside of the bird, we wouldn't see its eyes very well, would we? Because the eyes are on the side on a bird. So here's what we might see. It's just the eyeballs sort of sticking out on the sides like that. So you can kind of put those little eyes, the little eyes sticking out there. Okay. Now ready? Ready for the next part? Now, in this part, what are we going to do in here? This could have feathers. Did you know that these are the big long feathers? These feathers are shorter. So watch what I'm going to do. Just some little feathers like that. See? You can go ahead and do that in your own drawing, okay? And remember, it doesn't matter whether it looks just like this or not. It's just going to be your own bird. Okay? How about the bird's tail? Let's decorate the tail a little bit. If you have room on yours, well, one thing you can do is a few lines like this. And what if we made some really dark little feathers or like markings on the feathers going across the tail? And we could even make another little line of feathers. You want to try and do something just to make your tail a little bit different on your bird?
Fancy.
See? Yes? Let me get you another, maybe your teacher will get you another pencil there.
Who is that?
His broke. The little, oh. Okay. Are you ready for one more part?
Yes.
Okay. So, one of the last parts of this will be I'm going to shade this bird's body in a little bit. I'm just going to go along with little shading all the way down this long, long triangle. And I'm going to shade a little bit on the other side with my pencil. Just taking my time and going all the way down the body. And then we're going to use our fingers and we're going to smudge this carefully. You know why I say carefully? Only because if you smudge all over, it doesn't look the same as if you try and keep your finger inside the body of the bird or something. So watch what I'm doing. I'm going to go back and forth over these scribbly little lines. I'm sorry, I'm going a little too fast for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll slow it down here. Thank you for letting me know. So you can use your fingers to color in some of your drawing, like in the body of the bird
I smudged it.
and on the bird's feathers. You know what we get to do with our drawings now? Some of you might still be working on parts, but some of you that are done, what if we wanted to make it like a little more decorated? So what if I made a little dark spots at the end of the tip of the feathers? See how I'm making little dark spots? Or you could make circles there, and you could fill them in. So it just kind of makes, it's a way to decorate your bird to make it look a little bit different. Okay. Now, some of you are still working, but I'm gonna stop this little drawing lesson right here for just a minute. So that's one way to make a flying bird, flying overhead. Okay?